Hi, welcome back. I'm Mary Jo, also known as Sewjo, and this is my channel where I talk about all my quilty stitchy things. I'm back to show you some more shop hopping. So, last time I left off, I showed you the first part of our Friday when we went out to this northeast region. So I had shown you these 6 shops through here. I think I left off up here. So now for the second half of the day, we came back through here. So basically we were doing a big C. So last one I showed you was up here at number 10, which was the Alpha 2 Omega Quilting and Country Quilt Shack. So then we came down here to 5, which is Quilter's Fancy. And this is in Cortland, Ohio. I think I forgot to tell you the cities all these were in last time. Okay, so before I show you what I got down here at 5, Quilter's Fancy in Cortland, I am going to go up. Last time I showed you, I started out at number 14, Creative Stitches, which was in Windsor, Ohio. Then we went back to number 4, which is in Chesterland, Ohio. Then we went down to 8, which is in Middlefield, Ohio. Then 9 was in Rock Creek, Ohio, and then 10 was in Rhyme, Ohio. So now we're starting off at 5 in Quilter's Fancy in Cortland, Ohio. So this was the quilt block I got. This was their quilt block they were handing out. Now I got some of this Stonehenge graduation fabric. And I got this because if you've been following along several videos ago, I had done a shop hop down to a store called Seems So Easy. I don't remember the actual city yet, but it's near Cincinnati, Ohio. And we got this dragon panel, and we got some fabric that coordinated with it. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I figured these Stonehenge fabrics I could use for some sort of background with whatever I did with the panel. So I bought 2 yards of this. Well, a yard. I think I got a yard of each, I think. So I bought that to go with that. I think it coordinates rather nicely with whatever it turns out to be. Okay, then from Cortland we went down to number 2, which is down here, which is in the Bernina store and So Much More, and this is in Boardman, Ohio. So now we're coming down here. Well, let me get that. So this is their block card that they hand out. Now I haven't done anything with those block cards, but I'm going to try and do something because I really like those block cards. And I hit the clearance section for $5.49 a yard. So I got this yellow. And this is, I think these were all Andovers that I got. Andover. All I'm seeing is Andover. So I don't know the line. It just said Andover on it. So I got that. And something that I thought would coordinate with it was this. I don't know if this has anything on it. I'll look. Yeah, just Andover Fabrics is all I'm seeing. So I got that. And then I got 2 yards of this green. Because I figured this green could coordinate with this combination and make a 3-yard quilt. Or this could also coordinate with the next couple things I'm going to show you. Coordinate with this. And a yard of this purple. So these were all $5.49 a yard. And then as I was leaving, I just happened to notice in the bag, and there was some extra stuff in the bag. And I stopped and turned around. And I'm like, I didn't pay for this. And they're like, oh, it was a free gift. So I got free stuff. I like free stuff. So let me show you what they gave me. This is a fat quarter. And Patrick Loose Fabrics. All it says, something blossom, golden blossom. So I got a fat quarter of that. And they gave me a panel. So let me show you the panel. That is the bottom of the panel. So a wintry scene, snow scene. And this is the top of the panel. So I got that, which was free. Score for me. I like free things. From Bernina, or that Bernina store and so much more, which was in 2, we headed, which is just kind of, you make a turn and down the road a little bit, is number 3, which is Village Quilts. And this is in Canfield, Ohio. So it's a different city than that, but they're very close. Just a couple minutes away. And let me show you what I got there. Pattern for Village Quilts. They gave away free fat quarter. They had a basket that had different fat quarters in it, and you could pick. This is the fat quarter I picked. I don't know, maybe take it apart and see if I can find if I've got selvage on it to tell me what it is. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Nope, I don't. But either way, I like it. Then they have, this is like in a brick house, but they have a detached garage off to it. No, it used to be a house. It's just a quilt store now. But on the detached garage is their classroom, and it's clearance fabric that is all $4 a yard. So you know I had to go shopping in there. $4 a yard for fabric. Now it was a bit crowded in there. At one point in time it was kind of funny. I was back in the corner because I couldn't get around, and she was cutting my fabric. She's like, would you like me to let you out of the corner? I was like, yes, please. But I just thought it was kind of funny. So now I don't know that I necessarily got, well, some of these things go together, others doesn't. I just grabbed things that I liked for $4 a yard. And this is from Joe Morton from Andover Fabric. I have that. Okay, sorry about that. I got a call from the insurance company in there, so I know you won't notice, but I've got to figure out where we were. I'll just splice these videos together. So at Village Quilts, showed you the fat quarter, and I showed you $4 a yard fabric, Joe Morton, Andover Fabrics. That's all it says, Joe. So I have this. $4 a yard fabric. Score. I do believe it was a minimum purchase of a yard. Then this is from Cotton and Steel Basics. We have this one. So I did get a comment the other day. Well, as I'm recording this, I am recording a couple days ahead, asking me if I'm shopping online or if I'm going to all these stores. No, we are physically going to all these stores to get our stamps and goodies and see what they have. And this is Andover, another Joe Morton's fabric. And we have that. So, could put that and that together. Find something else to go with it. Then, let's see what else we have. Ooh, I have this. Very bright pink. This is Rifle Paper Company. Produced by Cotton and Steel. That's all it says. But I like that. And that blue could go with it. Plus, I don't know, maybe this next one could go with it too. Let's see what this is. Cotton and Steel Spectacle. Christian Robinson. Maybe. Or maybe even this next one. Like I said, this was all $4 a yard. And this was Cotton and Steel as well. Stitch and repeat. I like it. Then I have this one. Now, in case you can't tell, I like a wide variety of fabrics. Never know what the mood's going to be for me to make. Now this is Grand Canal by Kate Spain from Moda. There we go. Can even use that polka dot with that, I think. And the last yard of fabric is this. And I think this is also Kate Spain. Yeah, Grand Canal by Kate Spain, Moda. And that is everything I bought at Village Quilts. I mean, that $4 a yard fabric, I gotta stock up, right? I gotta stock up. Now, it was a couple of Fridays ago that we went now. I'm trying to show you everything that I get in order. Is how we went. And then from Village Quilts, which was 3, we went to 11 right beside of it, which is So Quilty, and this is in Salem, Ohio. And this is the block card they gave us. Now, in here, I did not buy anything. Now, this was more of a downtown type area where you had the street parking. So, I did not buy anything there. But, I did do some more shopping somewhere else. So then, from 11, we went over here to number 7. And this is Pomegranate Place. And this is in Hartville, Ohio. Well, this is more of a country-esque setting. Where they're located. And this is their quilt block. They were handing out. And they gave a fat quarter for being with the shop hop. That's the fat quarter they gave me. I think they actually had you pick one out. I'm not sure though. I think I'm right. This is just pbtex.com, but what it says, but that's the fat quarter I picked out. And then they have a lot of Tilda. So I bought some Tilda. Now this was $14.80 a yard. So I got this purple one. Trying to build up some of that Tilda collection. And Tilda could be a bit pricey. This is the Sanctuary collection. This is purple eggplant. So I bought a yard of that. And this is Pie in the Sky. And last, I have this one. This Pie in the Sky. So, I think I'm going to put these together to make something. We'll see. Alrighty, so that's what I bought at Pomegranate Place. And then, for the last stop of the day, we went to, let's see. So we went back up here to number 6 to Barnes Sewing Center. So we ended up making like a backward C, I guess. So we went all the way around here, this part of the day, which I showed you in another video. We went here, and the second half, we came down and did here. So number 6. This was the last stop of the day, Barnes Sewing Center, and this is their block. Now, I did not buy anything in there either because, again, it's a sewing machine center, and I don't really need sewing machines. They did have some notions and stuff. I didn't really find anything I wanted, so I didn't purchase anything in there. So, the majority of this northwest section is done. I'm still missing a couple shops, 3 shops, right here, 12, 1, and 13. But I do have plans on getting them later on. So, there we go. So now, for the most part, I did most of this. Now, next time, I'm going to come down here and get the bottom of this section. I'll show you that. So I've kind of worked out doing the perimeter. So then after I get kind of the perimeter done, I can come down here and start doing all these because these shops are really close together. Try and knock those out. So like I said, this was on a Friday. The video I showed you yesterday, I said we left about 6 o'clock in the morning. The first stop was about 3.5 hours away. And then when we ended, it was about another 2.5, 3 hours drive home. So we got home about 8 o'clock. So I had people ask me, do you guys spend the night, you know, when you go to these places? No, we typically do not. We prefer our own beds. I don't like sleeping in hotel beds. I don't like sleeping in any other bed other than my own. I just have a hard time with that. So we don't. Plus, that frees me up that hotel money I can use to spend at the shops. Also, we've gotten so that we will pack our lunches and snacks and everything in a cooler, so we're not spending money on food and that sort of stuff because we're limited in the time that we can do that. I mean, with my husband working, we just have those Saturdays. Saturday hours are usually limited. A lot of quilt shops will have extended hours sometimes during the week, and we just can't make those that far. So that's what's working for us so far usually. Is, you know, those long trips. We just pack a lunch, we don't stay, and we come home. Now, I am lucky in that my husband does all the driving, so I don't have to worry about that. I get to take my naps and then just go spend money, and he's my chauffeur. And it's really funny because I don't tell him where I'm going. He doesn't ask anyway. I just kind of put in the, you know, the GPS and tells him where to go when he drives. It's a great system because I map it all out and he just drives. So, that's where I am so far. Till next time, bye. Oh, before I leave, and I think that brings me up to shops 51. So there's 86 shops, and so far you've seen 51. Okay, till next time, bye.